crypto warriors, changing our world day by day. The way of the crypto warriors, can't rely on the bankers, no way.
Good morning, Bix Weir, roadtoroot.com with your morning horn of Z's, your sip of chaga coffee. Posted on the Road to Root website is the latest Word Wednesday with Paige. We talk about who is Ruta? Who is Ruta? What is Ruta? Where did Ruta come from? Go check it out. Paige is doing a great job. She had such a blast meeting everybody at the Bitcoin Ben meetup last Saturday, right before he got axed from YouTube. Great time, great people. It was nice to be outside. I'll get to that in a second. First, I want to talk about silver price really fast. People are saying, well, what happened in September? I thought the game was over in September. A portion of the game, the portion that they used to rig the silver market for the last, that would be 50 years, is over. That part of the game is over. The commercial shorting into the highs is over. Voila. Now what we have is day trading, rigging. That's what I've been talking about the whole time. Day trading, rigging. The volumes are off the charts and nothing trades hands. For example, yesterday we had 70,000 contracts trade hands yesterday. And yet nobody really changed their position. If you look at the change in position, it's like a 1%, less than 1% change in position. That's 350. Why is 350 million ounces of silver trading hands yesterday, and yet nobody changed their position? That's market rigging. That's market manipulation. The CFTC took 15 years to figure out how the banks were spoofing? 15 years. And here we are again, it blatantly right in their face. 99.9% of all trades mean nothing, and yet they can't figure it out. What's going on? 15 years from now, they'll be saying, oh, yeah, the DOJ will have to come in and say, yeah, it was fake volume the whole time going back and forth with high-frequency traders. Duh. Our regulators are not there to regulate. Our regulators are there to run cover for the manipulation. The official manipulation of gold, silver, cryptos, you name it. All markets, the US dollar. That's the world we're fighting to protect? Really? Trump? Really? That's really the world you want? I don't think he does. I think he's there to oversee the bankruptcy of the United States, the bankruptcy of the banking cabal, the bankruptcy of the bankers. The United States fails, fiat money fails. All the bankers lose everything they had. Ching, ching. No, they cannot collect on their debt when they go belly up. That would take an act of God. And God's really not on the banker's side, I hate to tell you. Jamie Dimon, I'd hate to, hang out with you when you reach the pearly gates, my friends. Can you imagine that discussion? What do you do good for the world, Jamie Dimon? I'm not even going to go there. Not even going to go there. Silver price, $24. Again, we have changed from the commercial price rigging. I don't think they're going to short into the highs, at least nothing significant, so that they lose their ass again. They've been losing their ass all year. It'll be interesting come December when the next delivery month is, whether or not, I don't think there will be much deliveries. All the deliveries were about the negotiated settlement between JP Morgan, Citibank, Deutsche Bank, and the DOJ. Clearly, JP Morgan had to give up 300 million ounces of physical silver, which they did. That was all those big deliveries. And where did they go? They gave them to their banker buddies at SLV, the authorized participants of SLV. Now, SLV is the next mechanism to rig the market. That's run by BlackRock, knee-deep in deep staters, knee-deep in market manipulators, knee-deep in... these aren't like people who all of a sudden decided to rig the markets. They've been in this game for 50, 60 years. Them and their descendants. It's official. The bankers all collude together. Any bank on planet Earth could print money and buy all the physical silver, and kind of like J.P. Morgan tried to do. Any bank could do that if they get the regulators on their side, which Jamie Dimon had until a certain point within Trump's administration. Bravo to Trump. No, I don't think. Well, let's jump right there. By the way, Theta TV was televising live the debate last night, the vice president debate that Pence kicked her ass. It was the funniest thing was the fly on his head. But I think it's all for naught. I don't think we'll have another president. I don't think either side is going to accept what happens. So what happens to our country? The federal government collapses, the monetary system collapses, and we go back to state-run government and no debt. Is it that easy? Of course not. Of course not. But are you going to bail out a bank next time they come to Congress? Because they're coming to Congress. Neil Kashkari, the Fed guy, just pathetic joke, market rigger. That's why he got in the Fed. He's a market rigger. Neil Kashkari said the banks need another $3.2 trillion. Did I say 20 trillion? Truthfully, I lost count because I know they print as much as they want behind the scenes. I'm going to do a revamp of the where we stand. I believe it's around 10 trillion. I said we're going to need 20. Kashkari is saying we need another 3.2. That's 13.2. We're almost at 20. But I said 20 trillion will only last a couple years. And we'll see what happens. As far as the debate, the Biden-Trump debate, the election commission, which is controlled by the deep state, said we're going to have a virtual debate. That's ridiculous. I mean, Joe Biden was already virtual with his little eyepiece and his earpiece, wires hanging out his shirt, up his sleeve wires. Imagine a virtual debate. Hey, Joe, all right. The people are speaking in his ear, just sipping coffee, sitting right next to him. Somebody holding up his back with their hand in his mouth going like this. No. So the debate commission, which is controlled by you look at these debates, it's completely weighted on the Joe Biden side. Ridiculously. They're not even real debates. I don't even know why Trump is doing it. But so the debate commission said, hey, we're going to do a virtual debate. Trump said, hell no. Not going to waste my time. Trump rejects virtual debate. All the left will say, oh, he's scared. Trump will say, Joe's just needs to hide in his basement because he wants everything to be shut down like everybody else. On the left, it is insane. Trump has some huge momentum. And I knew this whole Corona thing was a setup. 33 people out of the president's cabinet and everybody in the White House, and watch, nobody's going to die. Although I heard somebody's on his deathbed has been in there since September. I'm not saying nobody dies from COVID. I'm saying take your zinc, take your chaga, take your vitamin D, take your vitamin C in massive doses, and you're going to be fine. Unless you have pre-existing conditions, then it's a higher likelihood of death. And that likelihood goes from 0.00001% to if you're over 70 and you contract COVID, you have like a 4% chance of it. Then again, what is your percentage chance of dying if you're over 70 anyway? We're all going to die. I hate to tell everybody. We're all going to die. Don't let fear encapsulate your being like the world has. And they feed off fear. Don't forget that. These are evil, dark demons. They feed off our fear. All right. So here's the lowdown from Trump. Brilliant move. He's saying, hey, we got the cure. We got the cure for COVID. Check this out.
Hi, perhaps you recognize me. It's your favorite president. And I'm standing in front of the Oval Office at the White House, which is always an exciting place to be. I got back a day ago from Walter Reed Medical Center. I spent 4 days there and didn't have to. I could have stayed at the White House, but the doctor said, because you're president, let's do it. I said, fine. You tell me what to do, and I'm going to listen. These are great professionals.
By the way, does anybody notice he looks He looks great. He looks exactly the same. He looks a little better. A lot of makeup, but hey. And his orange is gone in his hair. They can't call him the Orange Man anymore. He's turning gray like every president does.
They've done a fantastic job. And by the way, not only at Walter Reed, all over the country, we have the greatest doctors in the world. We have the greatest nurses, the greatest first responders, law enforcement, by the way, incredible. Firefighters, everybody. They're just great. We have great people. This is a great country. But I spent 4 days there, and I went in, I wasn't feeling so hot. And within a very short period of time, they gave me Regeneron. It's called Regeneron. And other things too, but I think this was the key. But they gave me Regeneron.
Regeneron is basically a mix of vitamins. And the other things is hydroxychloroquine, by the way. It's cured. Trump saved the world. There you go.
Regeneron. And it was like unbelievable. I felt good immediately. I felt as good 3 days ago as I do now. So I just want to say we have Regeneron. We have a very similar drug from Eli Lilly, and they're coming out, and we're trying to get them on an emergency basis. We've authorized it. I've authorized it. And if you're in the hospital and you're feeling really bad, I think we're going to work it so that you get them and you're going to get them free. And especially if you're a senior, we're going to get you in there quick. We have hundreds of thousands of doses that are just about ready. I have emergency use authorization all set, and we got to get it signed now. And you're going to...
You know what the sad thing is? Democrats are hating this. They're hating that Trump got better. They're hating that Trump saying, hey, we have a cure. They're hating it because it throws their plans out the window. That's how sick these people are.
You're going to get better. You're going to get better really fast. This is things that nobody even thought of a few months ago. The job that the scientists, the labs, everybody have done is incredible. Then in addition to that, you have various other drugs that help a lot, but these, I view these, I know they call them therapeutic, but to me it wasn't therapeutic, it just made me better, okay? I call that a cure. So I want to get these things done. So we have to get them done, we have to get them approved, and I want to get them to the hospitals where people are feeling badly. That's much more important to me than the vaccine. But on the vaccines, we have many companies that are in final stages for the vaccines, Johnson & Johnson, Moderna, Pfizer, all great companies, but many of them. And we're going to have a great...
By the way, if you didn't know, I will never, ever, ever take a vaccine. I don't care who gives it to me. I'm not going to take a vaccine. Take your chances in life. Your body is the vaccine.
Great vaccine very, very shortly. I think we should have it before the election, but frankly, the politics gets involved, and that's okay.
The politics gets involved with life or death. I don't think it's okay. Trump said that's okay. He doesn't think it's okay either. Anyway, Trump came out and said, basically, we've got a cure. Go back to work. It's time. And Democrats are saying, no, stay in your basement. It's got to get worse before the election. Anyway, I don't see any way we can get through this election with the either side accepting the winner. And there does need to be, because it's about half the population both ways. Half hate Trump, and I know I'm in the middle of California. I can't name anybody in my area who likes Trump besides me and my dad. But it's ridiculous. It's insane. These people have been brainwashed so badly by the media and the left. And they've literally given up their livelihood for this thing that they fear. I don't know what they're fearing. They fear the retribution of their friends and family who say, "Oh my God, how could you like that guy? He's the worst man ever because the media told us so." I think Trump has waited too long to pull all these aces out of his sleeve that have started to be pulled. People don't care that his presidency was interrupted in the beginning. They don't care. They wanted that on the left. So they're not going to, so what if it comes out that Hillary Clinton rigged the election? Nobody cares from the left. They would care about the pedophilia stuff and the child sacrifice and all that. They would care about that. So if he pulls that out of his hat, yeah, he'd win the election and we'd all say, oh my God, we've been fooled. And I think he should. I think it's this game to destroy our country has gone on long enough, and the good guys need to play all their cards. Just lay it out on the table. Here's what happened to us. Here's how horrible it is and was, and we've been cleaning it up this whole time. We couldn't tell you because they have a lot of hidden rats in the rat holes. So I hope so, but if they don't, I expect a divided country, the shutdown of the U.S. government, the disintegration of our financial system, and the return to state-run states that will be struggling just as bad, and all the governments within the states. California is already begging the rich to stay. Gavin Newsom came out the other day and said, "Oh my God, you're leaving California? Why?" And then then as he says that, he's signing this bill that would eliminate gas combustion cars in 2035 from California. Hopefully we'll have flying cars by then, but Newsom is he doesn't understand any of the economics of these things he's doing. Yes, the fires in California are 100% the fault of the environmentalists. Will not let, you can't clear anything out. No, that's the beetle bug you're saving. And all the money that was supposed to go towards maintenance of these power lines had to go by law to green energies. The Green New Deal is destroying America, as they planned. That was always the plan, to destroy America. So we'll see how it goes. I have taken care of myself, my friends, my followers on Road to Ruta by suggesting very heavily that they get silver in their own possession and cryptocurrencies in their own possessions, and some food, guns, water, the whole deal, to survive what is coming. And it is coming very fast. And if you're looking for a date, I would say November 3rd. We're going to have, it's a date for what? I don't think the silver market will be open. I don't think the crypto exchanges will be open. No. I mean, in that kind of chaos, things like that, people don't think about, oh, physical silver will always know the price. We won't always know the price. The COMEX shut down. Where would you get the price of silver? There is no other exchange on planet Earth for silver. And LBMA is not an exchange. It's not an exchange. It's a fraudulent entity, but it's an association. They just make up prices. So there would be if the COMEX shuts down, there would be no price of silver. How much would it be worth? I don't know. Go to your local coin shop and say, hey, how much can I buy silver for? He'll probably say, I don't have any. Nobody's got any physical silver. You can't get your hands on it. So that's my take on what's going on. If you want to join the private road, I think Theta in the midterm, long term, is going to be the number one crypto to buy, especially right now at 70 cents. Yes, out of all the cryptos, out of Bitcoin, Litecoin, even Veritasium, if Veritasium wins the lottery, I think Theta will still overpower. And Gafai's data had Veritasium hitting the same as Bitcoin. I think Theta will blow by Bitcoin on market cap in about 5 years. And that it won't be $10,000. I think it'll be a lot higher than that. Why? Because everybody's going to have it. Everybody's going to be using Theta to download videos, to broadband stream, to, oh, by the way, get a universal basic income by sharing their broadband. It just solves so many problems. And smart contracts. Smart contracts will be cut loose, I think, the fourth quarter. We're in the fourth quarter. It could be any day, probably by the end of the year. What a monster that will be. Faster and better smart contracts than are on the Ethereum, using the same coding. Yes, get yourself some Theta. All you Road to Ruta people who followed the members page on how to get Theta, how to store Theta, and how to stake Theta, congratulations. A lot of you started when Theta was $10, $20, $5. It's now 70. People are getting in now. You're going to look back in a year when Theta's in the 10s, 20s, $30, $50, $100, and go, oh my God, I'm so happy I got Theta, and I got a Guardian node up and running when it was 70 cents. I can't believe I didn't buy more, most likely. Again, it's just like Bitcoin back when Bitcoin was 70 cents. How many, knowing what you know now, how many would you have bought? Yeah. Anyway, if you don't know anything about cryptos, but want some, you can join the private road. Hit subscribe today. A 1-year membership is $299. You get all the access to all the private road articles, videos, everything on the website, which is a zillion different things. You can find out about silver. Let's find out how many silver articles there is on the Road to Ruda. It's gonna be funny. Hit the search function. 1,093 articles, videos, information, entries. 1,093 entries on silver and silver manipulation. If you want to know anything about silver manipulation, go to roadtoruda.com. Anyway, this is Bix. I'm going to finish with the song today. I'll talk to you guys later.
Well, I grew up in the USA. I was taught that speech was free. Birmingham to Burning Man, you can speak any truth you see. Lately things have changed, they say I can't speak truth no more. And I'm just sitting here wondering who they are working for. See, they're gonna kick me off of YouTube. Unless I say 9/11's just another day. And they delete my friends on Facebook. Unless I pretend that socialism's a-okay. And they are gonna shadow ban my Twitter. Unless I tweet the chemtrails of Perrier. Finally they'll ban everything I've got to say as they kill free speech in the USA. They decide what's right, they decide what's wrong, they ban what won't conform. They sit in shadows, they run the gallows, say I must abide the norm. Without free speech we lose freedom, they cut off our free will. If I find truth that they don't like, they'll label me a shill. And then they're gonna kick me off of YouTube. Unless I say 9/11's just another day. And they delete my friends on Facebook. Unless I pretend that socialism's a-okay. And they are gonna shadow ban my Twitter. Unless I tweet the chemtrails of Perrier. Finally they'll ban everything I've got to say as they kill free speech in the USA. They're trying to kill free speech in the USA. Now wait a minute, it's not like me to give up on a fight. I'll expose their evil plans, bring their shadows into light. And I'll name names, I'll play their games, I've got them in my sight. They're trying to change the USA, I'll fight for what is right. So they can kick me off of YouTube. 9/11's all about building 7 and it ain't okay. And they can delete all my Facebook. But socialists fail every time in every single way. And they can shadow ban my Twitter. But I'm looking up at chemtrail skies each and every day. See, they have no right to ban anything I have to say. And I'll fight for free speech in the USA. I'm gonna fight for free speech in the USA. It's my right free speech in the USA.